I'm going off the rails on a crazy train.
Gaming edition.
Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of Off the Rails podcast. I'm your host, Kenny, and I'm joined by my good friend.
Hey, everyone, I'm Tony, the guy who sits around pushing all the buttons, tries to stay in contact with the audience during Off the Rails, and I am joined with...
Hey guys, I'm Ian. I'm the one pushing the buttons you can actually see being pushed, and
Ceasefire.
they're watching me play the game, Kenny.
Yeah, but the way you said it.
Why are you making it weird?
You already crossed that line. I'm just pointing it out.
Weird?
Kenny's being a spaz.
Kenny's being a spaz?
Yeah.
Spaz.
And I'm joined by...
Hey guys, I'm Taylor, and I usually
And
just...
I'm fairly certain your mic's not on.
No, my mic is on.
Is it?
I turned it on.
Whose mic am I looking at right now?
Yeah, my mic is on.
Mm-hmm.
Ian,
I
are
was
you
looking
on?
at someone else's mic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Is it
So
your
yeah,
mic?
my mic is on.
No, my mic's on.
All right, well, mine's
Mic
on.
4 is not on. Ah! Okay, everyone's good.
It's
Hey,
on,
make sure
Kenny.
you get this
I
like
just wanted to verify.
at your face so people can
Is
hear
it
you
at my
better.
face now?
I'm just saying.
Hey
we're
guys,
back
I'm
doing
Taylor,
this.
and I sit here and just kind of make my small comments as I do my
Yeah,
own
Taylor
thing.
just like shows up and fills space sometimes.
What am I...
Way to make me feel low grade, Tony. I'm just a
I remember where I
filler,
came
man.
from, what I'm doing.
Who cares about Taylor?
Where'd it come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Najo?
I may not be all here, but at
don't
least I'm making
remember.
money with what I'm doing sitting here.
Do you need to get over there?
Okay, I'm figuring it out, Kenny.
Imagine if you put that time and energy actually.
Have you
into
been there
this.
before?
Then we could all be making money.
I
huh?
know I'm getting paid for this, so. No, if I get this done and then the other projects, I will officially have made $1,000 by Christmas
there you
with
go.
just my crochet.
All right, so that answers that.
So this just in, Taylor's going to start crocheting for Your Move Studios.
Get your Move Studios crochet.
I could actually make a blanket for it. Where did my
We
thing
don't want a
go?
blanket.
Huh?
We don't want a blanket.
You don't?
No, blankets are too hard to package and ship out. Coasters.
No, they're not.
You will crochet coasters.
You want me
Ever
to
the
crochet?
business-minded
Okay,
man.
how am I going
Something
to
simple,
make?
easy.
Your move cozies.
Move cozies.
Can't crochet that.
Why not?
If you
can
can,
crochet a hat?
yes.
Then you can.
Have you
crochet
thought
a
about
cozy.
getting better?
I would love to see any of you guys do what I do.
What?
And you can't
Fill up
crochet a
space?
cozy?
I could. I don't know. I'd have to see what I can do about it during a cozy.
Can you crochet a pillowcase?
That I can do.
Then you can crochet a cozy.
That's what I said. Can you crochet a hat? Yes. Then you can crochet a cozy.
The difference is the fact of the
I'm
size
gonna have
difference
my-
and
I'm gonna have
details.
my small Asian daughter sit down with you and teach you how to crochet a cozy.
Can she? Or are you just trying to uplift your Asian daughter?
I think he's just trying to lift up Cecile. Sis, I know, Sis can crochet.
Cecile is not my daughter.
I know, I said the wrong name.
No,
but I know Sis can crochet.
Yeah, I don't know to be 100% honest.
What you
I
don't
just,
know, dude.
I
She
don't
can
particularly
crochet.
like doing. Like I can make a pillow that I could do. I just don't like. It's a
But
pain
that costs
sometimes.
too much money for us to ship.
Depends on the weight, actually.
Hey.
And honestly, I don't weigh that much. I can make weighted blankets. Those are a lot of fun to
But
make,
you
actually.
can mass-produce cozies.
You were dead set on
Yeah.
this.
You mass-produce
Coasters
cozies.
and cozies.
Yeah, because they're useful. They're more useful than.
Okay, I'll tell you
pillows.
what. If you can draw me up a pattern that I can feasibly crochet onto a cozy, I'll attempt it. But until you can
Black
get it,
yarn with a yellow Your Move Studios logo on it.
have you seen our logo?
I designed it. Yes.
Okay, yes. I would like to see how you're going to fit that with yarn to get it to actually show up and actually spell everything that you want on that cozy.
Just
I'm sure we can figure it out.
YMS.
YMS.
That I can do. YMS I can do. It's spelling it
My
out that's an
goodness.
issue.
So that's just in. Taylor's going to be making Your Move Studios cozies for everyone. So
Better get the orders in because it takes a while to make them.
pre-orders. So we're taking pre-orders.
It'll take less than a ball of yarn
Just
to do that.
text me.
They will not take less than a ball of yarn.
How big are your cozies? What are you trying to make a cozy for a gallon of milk?
Now for
Okay, the actual cozy itself, yes, takes less than a ball of yarn. It's the changing of colors that's a pain.
you just change the colors. You just grab different yarn and
You guys act
Now
like
you're trying.
you guys act like what I do is so easy. I'd love to see any of you guys do it.
well, I probably could if I actually had the
Free time?
What's the word? The interest.
Oh, you should have said free time. It'd have been more of a dig and realistic.
The free time is I would like to say that, but I also pick locks for a hobby. So
He has the free time. He just
I
doesn't have the
don't
interest.
have a lot of free time.
I don't have a lot of free time either.
I don't have a lot.
Speaking
of
of
free
which,
time.
the reason why we're not doing D&D right now is because I don't have a lot of free time.
Can I custom order? David wants to know. Wow, David's been in the chat this whole time. I've been ignoring him. I'm sorry, David.
Yeah, David, if you let me know what you want, I'm currently making a Bronx blanket for somebody's birthday party present that I have to have it done by next Friday.
See?
So let me know.
He'd buy a YMS crocheted cozy.
Crocheted.
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 Yeah, it's so convenient, except for it changes color when you don't need it to, and doesn't come in the
So
color
this
combinations
is
that
what
you
do,
want.
okay? You make the black cozy. Okay, this is how I want the design. You're gonna have just black cozy. Okay, and then you just sew in, kind of like an embroider style.
YMS.
You got the circle and then the YMS right there. Solves your problem.
Matter of fact, we can just get a whole bunch of stamps or pre-made fabric stamps
Just
of YMS and stitch those into the cozy.
Yeah.
That would be a lot easier and a lot faster and a faster way to get them out.
But now we gotta pay another party to make us our logo to stamp onto a thing that we're making, which
No.
is actually going to cost us more money. Yeah.
Which means that we're gonna
There's
have
a
to
way
up the
you can
price
do it
for
at
the
home.
cozy.
It's just you have to get
All
the
because
right
this one right here
machine to do
wants
it.
to say that it's too difficult. So
Man.
because of that, it's
Come
gonna
on,
cost
Taylor,
you,
get good.
David. Because of that, it's going to cost you twice as much now to get a
Yeah.
YMS cozy.
Whatever.
What do you think, Ian?
They're charging one Taylor by the hour.
I think if impoverished children in third world countries can do it in sweatshops all day, I think Taylor could manage to do a couple.
Wow.
Oh!
You know, I understand it's a niche skill, but at the same time, if uneducated,
I mean, it's
starving
not that
children can
niche.
do
Your
it, I
hands are
think
about
you
the
can do
same
it.
size.
Ha!
You I can hit.
Taylor, where did we get you from?
I just Tony asked me to join in one day, and I
like
just
how
showed
that
up.
changed. That sentence had so many different starting words. Tony
I just-
found, changed,
I just shut.
drug.
I just showed up one day. I just showed
Stopped
up.
in front of the Home Depot and asked if anyone wanted to work, and she showed up.
Were you in Hermiston when this happened?
No, you know what happened? I started driving bus. That's how I came to be.
I
Yeah.
know Hermiston gets a lot of people up from California that work the farms.
So I was training her at the bus barn. Okay.
Oh.
And then I was watching one
Deep
of our.
lore origin story
Yeah,
time.
I was training her at the bus barn. I was watching one of our videos. She showed me TikTok, and I was like, "Hey, this would be great for our studio." Then she told me that she does
Sci-fi make it.
Yeah, special effects makeup and stuff. And I was like, "Hey, if I need to, can I use you for the studio for some of our skits and things?" And she's like, "Yeah, dope, great, I'd do it." And I was like, "Awesome." And then somewhere along the lines, she just kept
Never left.
showing up.
I just never left.
Except for that time when you left, and then you came back.
I got pregnant and was gonna die.
Excuses.
So what I'm hearing is
Man,
poor
you sound
life
like the
decisions.
employees at
and-
work.
Okay. So the next time I get pregnant, you guys want to do something, you all can just come to the hospital room. We'll just shoot a skit right there in the hospital room.
Don't think we won't.
You could have done it.
We'll call it Special Taylor Death
Gosh
Edition.
dang it, I missed it.
We'll sell some merch off it. It'll just be
It
like little
sucks that you have
plushies
to
of you in a hospital
experience
gown.
that cutscene every time you do it.
So, is there a way that you can sprint to the other side?
There's not a sprint in this game, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It's been bugging me, but there isn't.
That's kind of ridiculous.
If you get over there, is your brother going to come on?
Well, if you jumped on that platform, he wouldn't be too low.
Is there something above you need to bring down?
Come on. Yeah.
He wants you to go.
No, I have to. My biggest thing in this game is having to wait for my mongoloid brother, which, I mean, art imitates life. But,
I was just about to say, that sounded like it hit close to home.
Whoa!
I'm not used to having to wait on people.
And you whipped that thing as you were falling. Man, that made my Parker factor go up. Man.
Okay.
I imagine it's really cold in there.
Well, they're in the Scottish coast in what I think is like February, so yeah, it's probably a little chilly.
Just a little
I mean,
bit.
well, the first time in the series, Nathan's wearing a coat. My man's normally just balling in a short sleeve t-shirt and a shoulder holster, which, I mean, vibes. But,
What a nerd. Oh, that's what we were waiting for. Are you gonna launch your brother?
You're gonna say you're gonna fling him up there.
I am.
let me... My goodness.
No, do not come
I
out.
think it's gonna be hilarious if you can launch him.
David, he said lower the end all the way. Anyways, David, my man, how are you? In the comments, tell me.
Oh, no.
Oh, run!
Run! Run!
Not gonna lie, seeing him in his denim jacket kind of makes me wish I still had mine.
Did you get rid of yours?
I did.
Sad.
It never fit quite right in the arms and shoulders. And I was
What'd you
down.
do with it?
I Goodwilled it. Or
You
Solid
should have
Carbon
good
it.
Tony'd it.
I wanted to show
It
you
wouldn't
guys
fit me. It
something.
ain't gonna fit you.
I was gonna say, I don't think it would have fit you, Tony.
My
This is an
shoulders
old
are smaller
picture
than his.
that
If
I
it didn't fit in
had
his shoulders,
for
then him and I
years.
actually wear the same size of shirt. He's just bigger. He's more broad up here. You are. Very nice.
just big boned. Okay.
He worked 60 hours this last week, bro. That's hard.
Bro, I feel it.
I'm right there with him.
Yeah.
There with him, actually. I've been working monster hours myself. Matter of fact, my last check logged in 66 hours.
Bro.
So this is an old photo I had for a long time. I misplaced it after my mom gave it to me. As you guys know, all the fathers I've had are all stepfathers. I've never really actually met my biological father. You were there when I finally talked to him on the phone for the first time back at Midco.
Mm-hmm.
First time with an actual conscious mind did I talk to him. And this is what he looks like when he was young.
1 second.
It's kind of hard to see it. That does not help.
There.
He looks a lot like you.
Yeah,
see it in
actually,
the nose.
very much.
Yeah.
That is my
Your
actual
face shape.
biological father.
Is that you?
Yeah, the baby in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was, I think, 18.
Wow. You were cute. What happened?
I met you.
You can't blame that on me, buddy.
Yeah, apparently you're the flashpoint for the negative side of my outcome.
You know what? I honestly believe we're living in a parallel universe right now. The particle accelerator hit, all of a sudden everything collided, and that's what the Mandela effect is. Did you just roll your eyes at me? For the audience at home,
Yeah, he's,
Ian nods yes.
He was a bull rider. That's
Was
what
he now?
that's what he grew up to be. Got into construction. That's how he paid for my
Stuff.
whatever it is that people that don't live with their kid pay.
Child support.
There we go. had a huge banger job working construction, and then he drove around. Apparently, he drove really far across the United States to do rodeos and whatnot.
Guns on the floor. Slow.
And yeah, he was in high school when he met my mom.
Mm.
But after they separated, he went out down to someplace in Nevada. That's where he lives right now. And he's retired from bull riding. He says he just doesn't bounce the way he used to.
Well, it is a pretty short career.
I feel that.
But he still works construction. And man, he swears like a sailor and he plays COD. And when I talked to his wife, she said if he starts on that PlayStation, I can't get him off. And I said, man, that kind of sounds like it'd be my dad.
Very happy you have that picture, man. It's good for you.
David says, turns out working at least 6 different jobs mixed into one while attending school and having 2 other commitments is super tiring. No, you know what? I know you, and I don't think that that's true.
Those are rookie numbers.
I don't think that's accurate at all. Okay, I think you
Rookie
could pump this up a little bit
numbers.
more. You know, you need to take on coaching too.
Rookie numbers. This guy, he needs to start, you know, balancing the checkbook for the Department of Defense while he's at it. And then maybe he can be allowed to have a break here and there.
Why are they shooting at you? You're not the one that took the cross.
Because I'm their competition.
Yeah.
Also,
oh, that guy got. Oh, I honestly thought your brother died right there.
also, they're criminals. You know, and
I thought you died right there too. Man, I just
Criminals
keep thinking
kill
people are
people.
dying right now. Oh, conveniently outcropped stones. Also, man, he's got some hops. Is that thing wobbling?
yes.
Yes.
And twisting.
This guy's an absolute unit when it comes to this stuff.
This is his 4th game.
Yeah.
That guy
Sorry.
didn't shoot you at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. Someone jumped over a pillar at me. Bang.
Pretty sure he's a little stunned because he thought I'd be dead for sure. More of the, I can't believe what I'm seeing.
And that's how you die.
Oh, he is a coach. He's a life coach.
What a nerd. This guy staying busy, staying active and healthy. Except for his own personal time, apparently.
Speaking of being healthy, I really need to get back to working out.
Dude, I need to get back to having time to work out.
Oh, if you ever want, instead of going and paying to go walk on the treadmill at the rec, I have a weight room and a treadmill.
You have a what? Who are
At
you
my place.
talking to?
Me.
Him?
You were like staring directly into his shoulder, so it was like really concerning to me.
No, I was looking at him.
No.
Your eyes were like straight across at his shoulder from my angle.
Oh.
It's like you're like, if you want to.
I don't know, just kind of save you a
dead
little bit of
stare at
money.
his
I
shoulder.
have,
It's like
I
he had
have a weight
spider on
room.
his shoulder, and you're like talking to the spider.
Yeah, his name is Fred. He kind of hangs off of Tony's shoulder. Tony just doesn't see him.
So Tony, apparently she has a treadmill you can use.
Saves him $8.
Save me what?
Saves you $8 every time I go to the rec.
I pay.
Where
8.
is your treadmill? Is it in the garage?
Mm-mm.
She's got in our spare room.
No, so the treadmill in the weight room that we have is part of the deal with me living up there. So it's behind the manager's office. Just a code. Yeah, I get to go in and use it 24 hours.
Do you still live in the apartment complex?
I live up at Pendleton Triangle. Yes.
Just announce that to the world.
Not many. But you would be surprised how many people who even live here don't know where Pendleton Triangle is.
It is fairly new still.
I'm just saying, people can Google it now.
Yeah. But also, I didn't know you had a workout room in your house.
It's not in the house. It's behind the manager's place. It's kind of like the new apartments.
They're like townhouses.
Oh.
There's 2 of them and one. There's an upstairs and a downstairs.
The new apartments down.
Yeah, they have a workout place.
Yeah.
It's separate from the live-in.
But I pay. I actually have a family membership
Oh.
for me and my family that I've not paid on. It's suspended again. I gotta pay $250 to get it reactivated.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, we had a low point with our funds. We had a lot of stuff we had come
Okay,
up.
this is getting annoying.
Egyptians. What are we doing? Subtitles?
No,
What are you looking for?
that's annoying. I need to stop. that.
Lock on aim?
Yeah.
They keep snapping you to enemies.
Yeah, I did it in the very beginning, very about section, because I couldn't hardly see the enemies because of how dark it was. So I used it so I could just see the enemies, and then I keep forgetting to turn it off, and I hate it.
He's passing through on Thursday. I don't know if he'd be willing to stop though. Nah, don't worry about it. If you got to work in Redmond at 1 a.m., bro, just go
Yeah.
there and
What a nerd.
get to work early and take a nap in your car like you used to when you worked with us.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, him and I do have to go to work this weekend.
Gross.
One of the reasons why, the primary reason why we're not meeting up Friday.
I was unaware of that.
You were here for that conversation.
Physically, yes. Soberly,
David, have
no.
you been working out? Are you ready for this weekend?
He said he is not healthy.
Uh oh. Yeah, this weekend is like the weekend where they like call us on it.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. He does his jujitsu coaching and whatnot, so I'm sure he's still somewhat in shape. And he says, "Busy, yes. Healthy, no."
That guy will just shrimp for 2 miles. I'm sure as soon as he heard me say that, he probably like almost threw up in his mouth. Is that guy wearing a suit?
No, no camo.
Oh, okay. Man, this like jumping at gunfire is just so weird. That guy had you pinned. Like you went into cover with him in your flank and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, I couldn't tell where I was getting shot from. I thought there was pretty sure I saw him. And I thought there was movement there, so I was taking cover, and I didn't realize there was a guy behind me.
Where's your brother?
How do I reload again?
I mean, it has an
No, not
indicator.
that.
Did you just throw a bomb? How do I reload? Yeah!
Hey, hey,
I
hey!
should see that in real life.
Rule
How do I
2.
reload?
Rule-
Throws grenade.
You ever watch Zombieland? Rule 2.
Double tap.
Double tap. Well, that doesn't help me figure. Oh, that was your brother that was down there. Oh, you didn't find cover. Jeez, that guy's like Wolverine or something. Oh, cool. And no need to reload when you got another clip. Just ready to waste somebody away. Land on him.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Up,
Just
Nathan.
trying to like bail out on life, are you?
So,
Oh, now you got their sniper rifle.
Kenny,
Yeah, that's me.
David said, I already did that. We're doing IWQ.
Oh, I'm doing both. He already did that? What, did you do it back in September?
Ooh,
Yeah, he said he finally maxed the
dirty.
the deadline, by the way.
Deadline or deadlift?
It says deadline.
Oh, he probably means deadlift.
Okay.
Yeah, nope, I'm doing mine this weekend, and I'm also doing IWQ this weekend.
And he says this is the first time I didn't sandbag. I beat my boss on the run, which was fun.
No.
Oh. Sandbagging on the Oh, well. A lot of times people don't take it so seriously unless they're getting ready for
so,
school or
Tony.
something.
I was suggested an anime. It's on Netflix. It's called Delicious Dungeon. Have you watched it?
Dude, holy crap.
That's where that dude He goes around eating monsters.
Yeah, they eat the monsters
I'm
while
not-
they're in a dungeon.
I've seen it.
I have not.
I would
seen it.
recommend it, and I started watching it today, and I've been
It
just
blows
binge
my
watching
mind
it.
how like creative they are with the actual monsters, though.
Yeah.
Like the suits of armor blew my mind. Like I never would have thought in a million years that you could make a monster out of that the way they did. That was
It was
clever.
pretty
I thought
smart,
it was clever.
yeah.
I honestly think the series is pretty clever. The story is not too much to write home about, but the creativity in it is actually
Yeah.
pretty drawing.
I watched a little bit of the of Delicious Dungeon in a Nutshell by Grimjack. He's a YouTuber.
Tony, of all the members of YMS, you were like the least qualified to talk about media and watching it. So I'm going to need you to shh while Taylor talks. No, I'm kidding. Man, the smile on Ian's face when I said that. It's like
I'm
he
sorry,
wanted you
bro.
to get hurt.
No, listen. I will give you that one. I'm not even going to argue it.
No, I
because
wasn't.
You see, I don't have a lot of free time like
100%
Taylor does. 'Cause
serious.
She's
Oh
not
my
making all of our
goodness.
YMS cozies and everything.
I think it's funny how much
didn't
you
put
work
a-
and how poor you are. Like, bro, you're so poor you eat cereal with a fork to save milk. Dear Christ.
What?
Ow!
Ow!
He's got
Christ,
a
all you do is
point.
work and yet you live on the breadline. How? I love you to death, Jesus.
Take the wheel.
I'm dead. I'm done. I got nothing. Kenny, I'm gonna need you to go get me some ointment.
What do you mean you got nothing? You got kids.
I need you to go get
Barely.
me. I need.
It's
Listen,
got a healthier relationship than you do.
I don't have them.
So by de
I was talking about like marriage and whatnot, but
No, I wouldn't say that.
I would.
Hold on now. My marriage is really good now.
Which one?
I only have one marriage currently.
Currently.
Yeah.
This way?
It's one marriage and one divorce. There's a difference.
Not like you don't have a body count, Ian.
And yep, my body count has no baby mamas, no divorces, and as of yet, only one potential wife.
I can say that's a halfway point split between you got lucky and you didn't have enough money.
It just shows that I was willing to invest.
No, in all reality, someone screwed up. Someone screwed up.
No,
Oh.
I have to admit, God's been pretty protective of me. I'm gonna be straight with you. I have done what I thought were gonna be like major mistakes, and I have been rescued from it just about every time. So,
Ooh, right in the pelvic area too. That he's not standing, he's not walking, he's laying there bleeding out on the ground, wishing he was dead.
I'm just gonna take.
Let
a
me
nap.
help you, bro.
I'm just gonna take a nap.
Now he is dead.
you just wasted a bullet. Come on.
Rule 2.
Didn't need it. That didn't require a double tap. That guy was dead.
It was cathartic. Besides, I have proven I am more than capable of just beating men to death with my bare hands. Was ist das?
You're also capable
Ooh.
of just eating rounds
The
when you take them to the
Neugewehr.
face.
Haha. Ach, nein.
And I get it. It's a video game. That's just how they work. But, man, it's really like you're Wolverine right now. Now, the fact that you can't, like, purposely put your barrel over that,
That
ledge is
is-
annoying.
Yeah.
David, is that phrase from Goblin Slayer Abridged?
What, goblins?
So Grimjack, he's the one who does Goblin Slayer Abridged. He also does animes in a nutshell. So a lot of the animes, because I don't really.
That's how Dusty watches anime, I found out. When he wants to know what's going on in anime, he just watches a summary of it. That's how he watches
I've
an
gotten
anime.
super deep into those. Anime recaps.
Yeah, that
I
is the only way he'll watch anime.
Hundreds of hours of anime recaps. Now, I know a lot about anime, and I've just as easily forgotten about it. But I have watched a ton of anime in the last... Since, I don't know why, but when my roommate RJ moved out and I had to get this house, all of a sudden it just hit me. Like, I wanted to watch a bunch of anime, and I was like, I really don't want to watch all this anime. So I just been just consuming anime recaps nonstop.
Y'all missed a really good shot. That dude. That was pretty much like through the top of his head, down his entire spinal cord.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it ricocheted and flew out somewhere else. It's not really
Oh, Hell's Paradise. Okay.
not really likely
Kenny,
that it traveled down the entire spinal cord.
David says always double tap, Kenny. I mean,
Not
that's
when they're
a-
on the ground.
he said, I mean, that's a war
Call it a
violation.
safety
Don't
shot,
do
homie.
that.
Or a security shot.
Double tap. So what stops it from being a war crime is if you can do it before they hit the ground.
Do you see a uniform on me? Do you see a flag on my shoulder?
I certainly
I don't give a good rip what
I
Geneva
certainly
says.
don't see any honor or integrity in there either.
They started it.
Yeah, but you shooting lifeless corpses on the ground doesn't change anything.
I brought
I
in
didn't
a
know they were
soda.
lifeless. For all I know,
Where
you
did
could be
it
laying
go?
there still getting ready to shoot me in the back.
Well, then you shoot better when they're standing up.
Kenny,
If you can't
Kenny,
believe in yourself to kill someone before they hit the ground, that's on you.
Kenny, it's called clarification.
Homie, if
Which
If
you need to
shut
do
that too
before
much, it will kill
I
the
wasn't.
body
That's why I
hits the
barely
ground.
moved it. I thought I brought my
Yet
If
again.
soda
you're not
in.
quick enough with your trigger
Brought your
finger
what?
to double
I
tap
said
them
I
before
thought
they
I
hit the
brought my
ground,
soda in, but apparently
that's
not.
on you.
I don't
If you
understand
don't
why you're
believe
trying
to your soul, the very core of your being, that they're dead before they hit the
Will
ground,
you get me a liquid
you
death out of there,
shoot and leave something to be desired.
Why are you speaking to me like I
Green
follow
can.
your rules?
too? Green
I
can.
speak to you because you don't
Alright.
follow any good
Children,
rules.
children, settle down.
I've been around
Ian,
when you
shoot
thought
that
you
guy
were
in the
following gun
butt.
safety.
That's not the butt. You missed that. He's wearing a red hat.
Man, this would be kind of fun to do, though. Like outside of the possibility. That guy brought a pistol.
A lot of them just have pistols.
All right, guys.
Anyways,
We need to find some remote, deep hill slash
and go airsoft
coastline
shooting.
and go paintballing.
That
Or
would be
airsoft.
fun.
They got a place. Was it Portland area?
There's a few different places.
Bro,
Have you
That's right
have
off.
you ever been paintballing?
not officially.
There's
have you
a.
ever
both.
been paintballing?
I have. I've gone a couple times.
I
Okay.
have not gone to an official paintball.
I will say my favorite time going was probably my first. I went with Lost and Found, and we did it in the snow, and they gave us all plain like white covers,
My first time
and it
with
was the
Lost and Found
greatest
also
opportunity
paintball.
because all I did was I found a place next to a log and buried my boots in the snow so they wouldn't show any color, and just laid there and waited for somebody to walk over me, and I shot them.
Oh,
The time that I
we
went,
tried to avoid having people shoot them super close.
I
because it
I
leaves
waited
welts.
until he like walked away from me so he wouldn't see me, because we had to be like at least 10 feet apart. That was part of the rule.
Yeah.
But
There
that
was
was
a course
my
over in
favorite one.
Stanfield that was pretty cool. It shut down since, but it had like little bunker things you can get into, and we had this rule called bunkering where you couldn't bunker people, which that means you run up on the wall, dip your barrel over the other side, and just shoot someone super
Yeah.
close. You had to give them an opportunity. You had to say like, "Hey, surrender," and if they do anything other than surrender, you then
you can just mag them.
yeah, that's basically permission to like hit me. So if you say surrender and their immediate next response is not "I surrender," all right, you asked for it.
The paintballing that I did was when I was in foster care in Spray, and I didn't even have a paintball gun. The neighborhood kids that were the grandsons of my foster mom at the time, they all had paintball guns, and so we just went paintballing with each other around the neighborhood, right there on the John Day River and everything. And I had a slingshot, I had a wrist rocket, and that's what I used, and I dominated.
We did.
You're probably more accurate than the guns.
I was actually.
My
'Cause those guns
cousin.
have a lot of like curve.
My-
Well, first of all, it's like you're shooting balls, and you don't have any rifling in
Hence-
the air
hence
in
the
a
name
paintball
paintball.
gun. So it's just a paintball, and there's no rifling.
It's
so
essentially a
you're-
flintlock musket.
You're firing smoothbore into random God's creation.
Yeah. So what I would have the wrist rocket, and I would be hiding, and I would take it. Yeah. And I'd just go.
And you're
And
just delivering welts.
I would. Yes. For the most part, but there was one kid. His name was Craig. Good guy, actually. Him and I, when I was younger, him and I actually were mentoring together as ministers. He moved on with the career, and so he's one of our coworkers actually knows him. He moved on with the career. He's been pastoring all over America. But
Oh, wow.
but when we were paintballing, all's fair in love and war, and so I was toying with this guy. So I was just I would purposely aim in front of him to hit within 1 to 2 feet, and just make him like dance back. Listen. In my defense, he was cheating. He grabbed the siding, like the tin, corrugated tin. He grabbed the siding of a chicken coop and was carrying that around with him, and didn't notice I was on the other side. It was good times. It was the only time that I ever went paintballing with a slingshot. Only time I
My
went
cousin
paintballing
used
at
to have
all.
paintballs, and when my dad and LeBron lived in Milton or Pilot Rock, that
Shameless
greenhouse,
plug.
that greenhouse there on the corner,
Where?
as you're coming into Pilot Rock.
Okay.
So we play in the backyard and stuff like that. The jerks teamed up on me because I showed up late because I was coming back from my mom's. They shot up my sweatshirt, and then the paintball exploded in my sweatshirt.
Ah. Where's the worst place you've been hit with a paintball?
So are you gonna start work tomorrow?
I've only been paintballing a couple times. I can answer that question better with airsofting.
Aerosol.
But worst place I got hit with a paintball.
Go ahead and buy a ticket then.
I was reaching up to grab something. I got shot in the armpit.
Ouch.
I got hit in the inner thigh.
Mm.
Kenny,
Yeah.
where's the worst place you got hit with a paintball?
Shoot, I don't remember. Probably my back. Because if I see you coming, it's not happening.
Why? You said that with like such. Well,
I'm really
like,
quick.
Like just like it's not happening.
Like,
It's you were like so focused, determined. It was like staring at John Wick for a second. But I can see you coming.
I've discovered that I'm really, really quick in a gunfight. And, like, obviously I don't think I could outrun, like, bullets and whatnot. But when it comes to, like, paintballs, I am fast. And I can move across the field quick. And a lot of people's like, oh, tall grass or fallen trees or whatever debris between you and me. Like, I can cover it as if I got Land Strider going. I'll go from me to you in the blink of an eye in the middle of a gunfight.
So what you're saying is that you become Hans Ice Pick Voss.
I'm really good at running around in the middle of a paintball fight, and I can just, for the same luck that George Washington had, I just don't get hit. I can haul across the field. Paintballs just can't seem to get to me. But I have been hitting the legs and the back, and I think that's about it, is my legs and my back.
We should go airsofting.
I had an airsoft battle once, and I was using, like, it was called a Panther carbine, and I mean it could really spit out BBs. I mean that thing could go full auto and just send a laser beam of BBs out. My friend Ian, different Ian, he was like, dude, I want to try this like non-lethal arrow in my bow and arrow. And I was like, that sounds like it would really hurt. And he's like, well, it won't penetrate. And I was like, that doesn't mean I want to get hit by it. And he like cranked that thing back and he let it go, and it's got a blunt end, like a rubber end arrow, and it flays out, and it looks like kind of like a hammerhead on the end of it. And I'm like, he knocked the bark off of a tree, and I was like, I don't think I want to get hit by that. So, but he wanted to try. He was like, you take that Panther carbine, and I'll take this rubber tip arrow thing, and we'll just see who wins. It's like, no, I hit you with this. Like, maybe I'll leave some tiny welts. You hit me with that, and I might die. Collapse a lung or something.
All right, to the comments. Also, active resistance qualifies another shot. At that
They're
point,
not actively resisting. They're dead.
it's self. At that point, it's self-defense, which is always authorized.
They're not doing anything to warrant self-defense.
And then he says, "I like Drake's hair. I wonder if I could pull it off." I think you could, David.
Yeah,
I
probably.
think you pull it
I
off.
have no idea.
And then he said, "Also, I can see Ian with Elena's hair."
Elena's?
You know what? I can see
No.
it. I can see it.
Who's Elena's?
Elena?
Who's
The
Elena?
thing.
Who?
His girlfriend,
Wife.
Oh.
wife.
Life at this point.
That he's
and then he says,
lying
"This
to.
makes me want to watch Jackie Chan Adventures for whatever reason." Jackie Chan Adventures was such a good show.
Yeah, I didn't think
Oh.
I could, but it was worth a try.
I love Jackie Chan. Have you ever seen Jackie Chan Adventures?
I have.
Have you ever
Where they
seen
have the
Jackie Chan?
stones
Not in a
that
very
allow
long
you to
time,
gain
but yes.
powers.
Have you ever seen Jackie Chan
I have.
Adventures? Are you working on that cozy?
Nope.
What do I pay you for?
I've got to have this done by Friday, and I have never made a blanket in a week.
Listen,
That's right,
pre-orders are
results.
coming
This
in.
is a
I'm going to
test
need
for
you to
me.
have that done faster than that.
Yeah. These things need to be done like day by day by day by day.
Okay,
by
right
day
now
by
I have
day.
a waiting list.
If you're not starting by 5 in the morning and not finishing it by that day,
I have another job on top of this.
I'm going to need you to quit that job. Matter of fact, it shows that you don't have loyalty to the company if
This-
you're working
this-
another job.
This is a test to see if I can actually make a living off of this. This is my first go at it, is to actually
Well,
make this a business. So
how about you just like short sell everyone at your work, hop on the treadmill and work on the cozy while you're walking?
Did you simultaneously just call her lazy and fat?
I think he just did. Kind of rude.
I'm sure they got refrigerators that she keeps
Those
snacks in.
are usually insults reserved for me. The fact you threw that
What did
towards
I ever
Taylor-
do to you?
Well, obviously not working on the cozy is what you did, Taylor. Or didn't.
Hey, Taylor. I understand, given your background and whatnot, and
My
how the
background?
political history of this whole world's going to right now. I still need you to get a driver's license.
I have a driver's license.
All right. I know there's certain people that are allowing
I
you
still maintain my
to get
CDL,
away with
believe it or
things
not.
here, but I need you to get a license. Because not only do you need to like make those cozies every day nonstop, I need you to deliver them so that we don't have to pay for shipping.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so we need you to get your license, CDL preferably, and you're going to deliver these things that you're... Matter of fact, we're just going to take the show on the road. You're going to knit in the truck. If you can figure out a way to drive whilst knitting to make these deliveries,
I would love to be able to do that.
I'm going to need you to just really, like, get good. All right, I guess that's the crux of the situation. I need you to get good. I need you to deliver these cozies. It's going to be
Have
like
you
Domino's.
ever? And have you even seen any of my
Where they
finished
cook
work?
the pizza en route on delivery. I need you to knit en route onto the delivery.
Have any of you
Where's the
actually
low gear when I
seen
need
any
it?
of my finished products?
Yes.
What did you see? Remind me what you saw.
Where's your thoughts and prayers when you
You
need
made
it?
a bomb cozy,
No.
which is why I know
No,
that you can
I
make
didn't
a
make a
regular
bomb.
cozy.
I didn't make a cozy. I made an actual and sold it.
There's
Are you
no-
trying to do
there's
things
no
the game doesn't
way
want you to do?
that you made an actual bomb. You crocheted an actual bomb. That's not going to hold water.
No, I didn't. But the thing
No.
was flipping this tall.
Man, that mud must
this
be
round
really
at bottom.
thick.
Believe it or not, that only took 2 days to make. And you know how many I've made?
I would
I
say
made
that too.
6 of
Oh, my
them.
spine.
You're not helping your case on the this is so difficult. I
Bottom
can't
out
do
the
it.
suspension of that Jeep and then...
The point is the size difference. The bigger it is, the more detail I can put on it.
I didn't ask for a lot of detail. I asked for a
A
cozy.
circle with the letter
Y,
YMS in it.
Literally 2 colors.
I tell you what. Before I start making an absurd amount of cozies, I will make a blanket because I have the black and yellow yarn just laying around to do it. I will make it, and if you guys can raffle it off and it actually goes somewhere, then I will make a whole bunch of them.
Blankets take longer to make. They cost more money to make,
Not
and
when
they
it's
cost
corner
more
to
to
corner.
ship. Cozies take less money to make, take less time to make, and they cost less to ship.
If David won the raffle, I would drive to David to go give it to him. I'm not driving longer than an hour to go
Wait.
deliver it.
Hold on. Raffle? Who mentioned a raffle? Was I spacing?
I said I would make a
Taylor's been
blanket,
going off about a raffle.
and then if you guys could raffle it off,
Yeah, Taylor
then
wants
I will
to,
deliver it.
We're going to raffle Taylor off.
We are not raffling Taylor off.
I mean, how much do you genuinely think we would get for her?
I
Maybe
don't think
$5
we're going to be compensated anything. It's a raffle.
Well, no, but that means people are buying
So,
raffle tickets. How
I
much do you
guess they
think
can
we get
buy their raffle ticket for a subscription.
Do they make a driver booster? Do they make driver booster seats now?
I think
Yes.
I genuinely
Yes,
need that.
they do. I genuinely
I
put
have
one
a
in her
trainee
bus.
that cannot adequately drive using the pedals on certain buses.
Huh?
for?
Kid you
Should
not.
they have the job?
What?
I mean, I brought it up to certain people, and they said, "Well, just see where it goes." Like, I had to go trade out my bus keys for a different bus because my trainee could not touch the pedals adequately enough.
Well, at least they let you do that. You know what happened with me? I got told to sit on things.
I told her, no, it's not safe for you to just sit there and have this massive pillow between
But-
you and the backrest.
I've had pillows, I've had blankets,
Okay,
I've had a
okay,
jacket,
hold
I've
up.
had star seats
Hold up.
behind me.
Hold up. I put you in all of those buses without a booster seat and everything, and you did just fine.
Because I moved myself closer, and most of the time I didn't have to drive the 2 buses at Midco that didn't move forward enough
Which 2
or
buses?
raise up high enough. It was always with Brad's bus
you
and
need to raise it high?
one other bus.
You mean lower it, right?
No, it didn't go high enough.
Why do you need to be high?
She couldn't see over the dash.
I'm short.
So your legs just dangle? Heels
Yeah.
don't touch the ground? That's not safe.
Would you rather I be able to see or be able to
According
touch the
people
pillows?
above me, heels need to be on ground.
The one bus that I didn't need to move the seat ever is the one bus Tony put an actual booster seat in my bus my first day of actually driving by myself.
You drove my bus just fine.
It's because your bus went up high enough and forward enough.
But your feet didn't touch the ground when you were touching the pedals?
Not the one that Tony could see.
That's not good. That does not fit the criteria.
Believe it or not, that was the one thing Tony never actually checked was my feet.
Because I asked her.
You asked if I was comfortable and if I could reach the pedals.
Yeah, because I assumed that your feet were touching the floor. Give me your CDL.
No.
You're the one that gave it to her.
No, I didn't. I trained her. I didn't test her. I wasn't.
You
a third
did the
party.
second time.
I wasn't a third part. Yeah, and that was in a different bus. I know your feet were touching the floor on that
It's
one.
not your fault that we're in the situation we're in, but it really sucks having you as a tester right now.
I know.
It really does.
I know.
It sucks.
Well, and like the one guy that I could train and test at the same time failed.
Bailed, yeah. And he was pretty far in the training.
Yeah, he was worried. So he was worried about schedule and I think the pre-trip.
Oh, really?
But yeah, he said that he liked everything that we were doing though. He says this is amazing. Like this company really cares about safety and about their students. And I was like, that is what we want. We want, people to, be alive at the end of the day.
Working where I work, I have to have a DOT physical because we do have a truck that
This
I have
is
to
a
drive
fun
every
little
once
change
in a
of
while.
pace from the
And
normal shoot 'em up
I went
aspect
in
of it.
to get my physical done, And the gal, because I've had to go and have it updated for when I was driving bus, the gals go and did my physical and everything like that. Fisher did my physical.
You know what, David? You're
And-
not wrong. I probably could pull off that dude's hairstyle if I let my hair grow.
And they
You trying
did
to
all
find
my
somewhere
paperwork
to
and
go?
stuff. And then I was talking to Fisher, and they stuck
Trying to
their
go
head.
there.
The nurse stuck their head back in. And was like, "Do you just want us to update your
Going to the volcano.
CDL as well while you're here?"
Do you need to
Sure.
like bail off that rock cliff that you just came from?
No, I think
So
I
that's
might
what
as well.
they-
I was just double checking to make sure I didn't come
Doesn't-
to
if it
a
I
doesn't
have
cost
it.
an
Might as well
extra.
keep it.
Man.
David says to Taylor, he says,
Roll
just
it.
get taller. All problems solved.
I would love to get taller,
Use
David.
the monkey talisman.
I would love to be taller.
Just use the monkey talisman.
Do you need to crawl through that?
Yeah, I'm thinking so. I'm just double checking to see what else is around.
You guys remember what the talismans did?
A couple of them, like the dragon one, just allowed you to project fire. The serpent one allowed you to turn invisible.
That was the one I remember too. Was the serpent one?
The other ones, I'm not too sure if I remember what they do. I just remember the serpent and the dragon. I feel like a show that was fairly similar to that was Shaolin Showdown. If you ever
Never.
watched that.
Never even heard of it.
Shaolin Showdown was these four guys that it was one kid at first, and then he ends up recruiting three others, and they become four. They work at this monastery where they try to find these relics that had power in them. And whenever two people touched the relics at the same time, you had to do what was called a Shaolin Showdown, and you would compete for that relic. And whoever won, obviously, got the relic. And these relics could do all kinds of various things, like the golden tiger claw allowed you to rip like portals in thin air and jump through it and appear wherever you want to be.
Did you ever watch a show called Double Dragon?
Double Dragon?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
What
I
is
don't
it?
think so. It's a very old show.
Oh.
I liked it. It's about these brothers who kind of in a weird way inherit a talisman that gives you like power, and if you put them together, you become like basically these super ninjas.
Super Ninjas. It sounds like
It's-
a very small kids TV show.
It was a kids TV show, but it wasn't like a kids. It was like an 80s, early 90s kids TV show. So probably not what kids would watch today.
Oh. Was it animated?
Yes, but they also made a live action.
Oh. It probably sounds like it would have turned into Power Rangers at one point.
It would have been really cool.
It's morphin' time. Put the talismans together. Ninja Storm.
I saw it on Amazon Prime at one point. I watched it with my daughter Sindel because I was talking about it just randomly one day. I was talking about it, and she was like, "Dad, that sounds dumb," and I was like, "No, it isn't. It's amazing."
That's amazing.
And then it showed
Kids
up.
these days.
It showed up on Amazon Prime, and I was like, "Okay, Sindel, we're gonna watch this now, and you're gonna see how amazing that is." And we sat down and we watched that whole thing. And at the end of the movie, she stood up and she looked at me and she goes, "Dad, that was really dumb," and walked out.
I went on a nostalgia bender, probably a year back or so. McDonald's released this like cartoon / real life series they did, where like every week they came out with another episode.
Really?
And I owned a couple of them on VHS. And I was like, man, I haven't watched those in forever. I was like itty bitty kid when I watched those. And RJ's like, yeah, I think I remember seeing those too. And because he was nostalgic over it and I was nostalgic over it, we went on YouTube and we ended up watching the entire series.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah, the Ronald McDonald's live action and animated series. Because it flips back and forth between the two. It starts off with Ronald in real life, and then he goes through the cartoonificator or something like that, and he goes and joins the cartoon world.
Oh, yeah, they did a lot of shows like that when...
Hold up.
I thought they were kind of cool, though.
Back-
I watched them
back
back
in
and I was
that
like,
way.
these were pretty alright. What? Are you getting shot?
Tony, I have an FAL. Battle Rifle Supremacy.
You have a what?
FAL. 308 Battle Rifle. Technically 7.62 NATO, but it's...
You have the
Have
fail.
any of you
Same
guys
caliber.
watched the Legends of Box?
You have
Mech-
the fail
Machina?
because you
Mechina?
Vox
failed.
Machina.
Eh.
What about it?
Have you seen it?
I have not seen the latest season. But yes,
I
have
started
seen
watching that today, and all I could think was D&D.
it. Well,
That's what they're playing.
that's what they're playing. It's from Critical Role, and they do YouTube D&D sessions.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Hey, we could probably turn this into like a show." And they're like, "Yes." And
I
then they
mean,
went with the
that was the
early
whole idea.
90s. They went with the early 90s animation style, which I thought was really cool. I actually really enjoyed that. All those voice actors are, from
Killing
there,
it.
I had to double check
they're
because
all-
David Tennant's in it, and I had to double check to make sure I was hearing it right.
Yeah, well, he's only got a small part in it.
Well, yeah,
But
but
like the main characters, I know where all of them are. Well, not all of them. I know where most of those guys are from.
Like where they live?
No, from like work that they've done.
Oh. So like who they voiced and whatnot.
Yeah, so like Ashley Johnson, who plays Pike
Mm-hmm.
or Pickle. Did you ever watch Recess?
yes.
She's the nerd.
Oh.
She was also the little girl from Growing Pains.
Never watched that.
I didn't think you would have. Did you
I
watch
have
Growing
seen
Pains?
Growing
Yeah,
Pains.
she's the wee child. You're a disappointment.
Did you have a childhood? Ian?
Redonkulous.
Did you watch Growing Pains?
No.
I've watched it. Why are you calling me?
And
a
that's
redonkulous?
that's a
you
matter
don't
of
know
some
who the
conjecture,
little
depending on
girl
who you
is.
ask.
No, I was shaking my head like, wow.
Oh. I said, do you know who the
Way
little girl is? And
to
you shook your head
go.
no.
All right.
But the guy who plays Grog,
Yeah.
he's
he own like that company?
okay. So technically yes, but also no. He's the CEO. Weird anecdote. He's the only reason why he's the CEO of Critical Role is because he was the only one of the crew that can open up a bank account. That's quite literally it. Why is he the CEO? Because I can open a bank account. Everyone else is broke or whatever. But he plays Thor on the Avengers animated series.
Which one? There's like 12.
Yes. He's Thor in almost every single one.
Was he Thor in Earth's Mightiest Heroes?
Yes. Let me double check.
That is the best one.
Let me double check. Let me double check. I might be wrong.
Let's be a buffoon.
Oh. No. He's not the Thor in that one.
Oh, so my disappointment is immeasurable, my day is ruined, and I no longer care.
He is.
Sully, just how well do you know Nadine? I was thinking maybe you can contact her.
Am I in your way? I'm sorry, bud.
No, it's alright.
Promise her a bigger cut than rate. That's not how she operates.
He's Thor. Sorry, he's Thor in this one.
Oh. Yeah, I never watched that one.
Decent, actually. He does a good Thor. And the person who voices the Black Widow is his wife, Laura Bailey, who is also in Critical Role.
Who tried so very hard to actually romance them in a D&D session.
Travis Willingham is his name.
Yeah, Travis Willingham. I do remember that being a cute story. The first campaign, I don't think they were able to pull it off. She never did get around to doing it. But in the second campaign, she did. She actually romanced her own husband in a D&D session.
Well, I mean, like, It's Grog. Grog's not going to pick up on romance and things like that. Groggery Strongjaw.
Sam, you had a guard giving you favors. Why didn't you use him to get word to us? Oh, I tried.
One of the better characters, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, I really like Grog. I even like the little character arc that he went through, particularly in the second season. I thought that was really awesome. He had to fight temptation from Craven's Edge, lost his strength, had to find it again in both his rage and his friends, had to defeat his uncle, who banished him from his horde, and then tried to kill him and his friends.
That was a cool final blow too.
That what it was.
Flying down. Yeah, goosh. Oh, that was quite the hit.
I loved it.
Man, I'd be kind of squirming right now if I was in this Jeep.
Okay.
Yeah, you and me both.
All right, got to catch up on the comments. David's going crazy in here. I said, Monkey allows the user to transform. The rooster gives you flight. Mouse, animate the inanimate, so you can make a chair dance. Dog gives you immortality and health. Sheep, astral projection. Ox is strength. Rabbit is speed. I mean, play into the stereotypes. Tiger is separation of good and evil.
Oh, so you turned it into two different people.
Yeah, you
good
basically
you and a bad you.
basically like Echo Knight out of, but separate your id and your.
Who would
super
ever
ego.
want the tiger one?
Jackie Chan actually got it a couple of times now that there was an evil Jackie, and then there was like
yeah,
a super
nothing good
Jackie.
comes from having the tiger amulet.
No. He says I'm missing two. The pig gives you laser eyes for some reason.
Holy cow, dude!
And then he says, "Wait, I heard my man crushes name. What's up about David Tennant? Oh, that's right. David's got a bit of a crush on David Tennant. No, David Tennant was in the Vox Machina show.
Gay.
He says, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was engineering. Probably something to do during the gameplay that I completely missed because I was talking about Vox Machina.
Engineering.
I am so getting into D&D. Like, I watch a lot of stuff about it now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's dumb.
Are you learning?
Trying to.
Super important to learn what you can and can't do and how you do it.
Well, good news for you, Kenny. You were talking about how busy you are and stuff. I'm not going to be here next week, so you have an extra week to get ready for the next season of Dungeons and Dimwits.
You nerd. What's going on?
I didn't want to not be here, but my boss is insisting on taking time off to go qualify early instead of going in the time when he could go and is supposed to go. He's instead messing everyone's schedule up so he can go early. Because God forbid any of us have a life that doesn't revolve around.
Do you have to go once a year?
Yeah, you have to requal once a year on a. I don't remember if he's requalling on pistol or unarmed. I think he's requalling unarmed.
I'm glad that you're able to target people and whatnot.
Yeah.
To have that in your life would be baller.
Right. Man, what I would give for a suppressor right now.
So you gotta find a way to take these guys out one by one. The fact that they didn't see the Jeep pulling up is like, y'all
Yeah.
blind.
That is a bit questionable.
Can you throw rocks or anything to distract?
Oh,
Can you run to the truck?
screw it.
Oh. Okay. The engineering was for the bridge being torn down. Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, there's a guy that was unmarked. Do your brother and that other guy?
Oh, you just shot your brother.
Again.
In what world is it my fault he vaults in the way as I've already set the burst
Trigger
off?
discipline.
You don't have any trigger discipline at all?
It's a burst fire weapon. I'd already started shooting.
Yep, I want to shoot through a window that my friends are standing next to. Daggum, what's going on with this window? It's like the kill box right now.
The dude jumps through the window. You start shooting Sully.
All right.
Enemy, corpse, ally, doesn't matter. Ian will shoot you.
Well, just don't get in my way.
I just won't give you a gun. I think I'd be safer that way.
I was trying to get on that, but all right. Why is this here?
Is something on the ground? At your feet? That you're supposed to pick up right there?
Maybe it's just for like. 'Cause I know that one of the big things in this game is multiple ways to attack enemies on certain things. So maybe that was just like hey, if you wanted to swing in on them, you could.
Is there such thing as stealth takedowns in this game?
David says,
I've done several times. You guys just never watch when I am.
David said, "Perfect. Keep it up. You do you, boo boo."
Nice.
They just had TNT placed there? Alright.
TNT.
The,
Dynamite.
the rock on that doorway is pretty alright for an explosion having gone off.
That's engineering.
What?
Treasure.
All that for that?
No, I'm doing other things. It's just
Blew up that wall. Killed all those guys for what?
To go get that
fun.
Salt shaker.
salt shaker inside that thing that you had to blow the door off for?
You guys are forgetting the whole point. My unmitigated bloodlust and fury.
For a salt shaker.
Tony, I'd do it for a rusty nickel.
And apparently you can't use a car
Can
door
nickels
either.
Rust?
I mean, all metal can rust to a degree, but yes. Okay,
TNT.
even better. I do it for an oxidizing
Dynamite.
penny.
A what?
An oxidized penny.
I want to make thermite now.
That could be fun.
I need silver nitrate.
Your move,
Dang.
chemistry edition.
Your move what?
Your move, chemistry edition. We make thermite on stream.
Alright, just know that when we light this, you can't look directly at it. Ian, no! Ian, no!
I know what thermite is. I know you can't look at it.
You just mix in a little magnesium on top of that thermite.
Trying to remember what. No. No.
The,
No.
when I was at basic training, they demonstrated a thermite grenade to us. And I was like, because
you
of
look
course
at
the
it?
first thing you ever think about whenever you hear like, blah, 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 grenade, like you think, what is the tactical use of like pulling the pin on that and throwing it at someone? Because they're not going to just stand there and take that.
Someone.
And it doesn't really explode. So I was like, what do you do with that? And they're like, oh, it's to destroy supplies, to target enemy caches and whatnot. Vehicles, it downs vehicles. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. And the guy's like, yep, so here's what you do. You find the enemy vehicle, you set it right on the hood, you pull the pin, and you don't look at it. And we all had to look away. But I could feel the heat.
Yeah.
And we all looked back, and there was this melted hole all the way through that engine block. It was dope! That was the second hottest thing I've ever felt whilst not looking at it.
David has a challenge for
First
you.
one was the stripper ribcage.
I was looking at that.
What's up?
He's got a challenge for you. Ian, 10 seconds. Opinion of the AK-47. Time starts now.
Okay, so
One,
my
1,000,
okay, are we talking
two,
standard like
1,000,
actual AK-47 or like
three,
modern day
AK-47.
AKM? AK-47. Okay, so incredibly revolutionary. Definitely the best like carbine of its time because I mean its contemporaries were the M14.
Time.
And then
You wasted too much time asking questions.
Yeah.
no, I got the big point out though. It was the
Good
best
weapon.
It was the best carbine of its time.
Oh,
until
I
its
honestly thought you were going to say it's gay.
No, no. The FAMAS is gay. The French FAMAS is hella gay. The AK, not bad.
I have to admit, when you play video games and whatnot, the way like they portray weapons versus like how they perform in real life, it's really different.
Is it?
Because you can get in and like I'll give you a standard one when we were like all Jones in Call of Duty 2, and it took forever to get the AK-47 because you had the prestige basically at level 60. So you could get to level 60, get the AK-47, but then also at the same time it says prestige, and you're like, oh, I want to go through all the levels again. What does that mean? And then like an idiot, you click yes, and then all of a sudden you're back to level 1 with nothing unlocked, let alone the AK-47, which you never get to play with because you only get to play with it at the last level when you prestige. Why? So I was like, why are we waiting so long to get the AK-47? So you start playing with all these other weapons, like the famous is what it was called online. The famous.
I hate it.
Famous.
I hate the loss.
I'm trying to remember what my favorite one was. It was the. It wasn't the famous or the famous. It was the. Oh crap! Just start naming off COD weapons.
So there's the TAR 21, the Tabor.
Nope.
The Scar H, which
Scar H, yes.
amazing.
The Scar H was my favorite.
I mean, it's a 308 semi-auto rifle in a game where 5.56 is.
What was your
mostly
favorite LMG?
Ooh, the 240 probably is what my heart goes to. Now, if we're talking all of COD history, that's a different question. But just MW2, probably the 240.
I can appreciate that.
I mean, I'll say this: there weren't a lot of good.
What
LMG
game
choices.
did they switch the AUG over to the LMG?
So there was a.
Because there was a game where it was in the battle rifles, and then the next game after it, they switched it to the LMGs for some reason.
Modern Warfare 2 actually had multiple platforms and multiple things. So they had Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 2022 Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite Call of Duty, just for the sheer amount of gun customization. So they had the AUG H-bar in the LMG, which was the AUG LMG. It had a heavier barrel, it had an integrated bipod, it came with longer magazines. Then they had the AUG 9mm carbine in the SMG category. They had the AUG 5.56 in the assault rifle category. So like they had multiple weapons and calibers and configurations in different
Oh,
categories.
I didn't realize that. I guess I didn't really pay attention to that. The AUG is a goofy looking weapon.
It is.
And outside of Die Hard, I can't take it seriously.
So
Although its stats in that game for some reason are like baller.
So I have this
They're
weird thing with
diehard
the AUG.
fans.
Say what?
They were diehard fans.
I have a weird thing with the AUG. So I don't want it as a 5.56 rifle. I think, I can appreciate its history, both cinematic and real world. I don't want it. However, AUG Steyr has started offering an AUG configuration. Oh, food.
Yeah, that's fine.
An AUG configuration in 300 Blackout, which I very much want because you get a short-barreled, bullpup 300 Blackout. I mean, that's what all you could ask for. And they're selling them because you know how AUGs have the front end with the folding foregrip.
Yeah.
They're selling them now with an M-LOK handguard, so you can mount your own lights, lasers, and all their accoutrements on there. So I don't really want a 5.56 AUG, but I do kind of want a 300 Blackout AUG, even though I can say for my life I don't really need a 300 Blackout, but at the same time, it's cool, and I want a 300 Blackout. So yeah, Guntism by Ian.
The AK-47. This is from the comments. Number one, grenades are also used effectively in CQB. Surprisingly, and then
As long as there's a barrier. Good lord. Yeah, because I mean, how else do you clear rooms super fast and effectively if you don't care about collateral damage or anything?
Sir, may I impart upon you my favorite way to clear rooms effectively? From outside with a belt-fed 50 caliber as he just lands rounds all through the house.
Yeah, that's not very accurate.
With a belt, you
And
don't
it's
need to be accurate.
expensive.
I mean, I never said that my way was cost-effective. I just said my way was effective. Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, if I could just rip a warthog through my target, yeah, I'd take that any day. But sometimes I need to send people inside.
What is this? Why? Why do you do this to me, game?
outside of that, yeah, we got some food, guys. If you want to get some, Taylor, if you're interested in some food, got some food now.
Okay, thank you.
What is
That
food?
is chips and chicken strips.
Oh.
So like chicken and chips. Yar. Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, why'd you give up? So we gotta kill those people?
The game made me.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna wait for them to all like disperse and you're gonna target them one at a time.
Whoa!
See where they go. Oh, I was gonna say, how did you live that? And then you got shot. The guy ran away. Like, quick. He didn't even look at it. Oh, that thing's not very bulletproof, is it? That's concealment. That's not cover.
Well, yes, Kenny. It's just I'm not really working with a lot of cover right now.
Why not?
Yeah, I was gonna. That's really what it comes down to is why not?
Be-
You're the one that chose the wood.
Because there's not a lot of stone up here to protect myself with.
Yeah, there is. Look at that. Better.
Let's see.
Oh,
David
he
says
came
the-
up on you in your house. In your house, Ian.
Well, he tried.
David says the AK-47 is one of the better light suppression weapons, but bang per bullet, it's not that great.
I definitely agree. It's outshined today by pretty much any modern rifle, but for what it was when it came out in 1947, I mean, that's a pretty revolutionary carbine.
Yeah. Then he says Ian is cooking right now, but typically a building raid has a bit more surgical attached to it.
These guys didn't even know they were here. They were looking for him.
Emphasis on the
There's
surgical
one right there?
aspect.
Couldn't see. Oh my
Is that an
goodness.
explosive barrel?
It is.
Whoever it is, they were behind you and you were running away from them.
I was repositioning.
There you go. Wow, you were
Oh,
just,
mother!
you were just straight up not having a good time, my friend. These guys are just not having your lunch.
Oh! It's amazing that the broken
That's goofy.
2x4s...
That's so goofy. Look.
It's amazing that the broken 2x4s couldn't block the explosion from you. Yeah, that's right. Shoot him in the butt. And double tap. He's going up the stairs.
Well, where, Tony?
Quick, Ian. Use your secret weapon. Shimmy up the stairs.
Quick, you have to wall climb.
Oh! Oh, that was not a good place to aim. You did that man dirty.
Can you pick that barrel up and throw it at people?
No.
That'd be kind of comical. Oh.
Ian's got
This
the
is new.
Geno's mindset from One Punch Man.
I don't know what that means.
We're about to
I
eliminate
don't
people.
know what that. Kenny,
What?
David says Ian's got the Genos mindset from One Punch Man.
So that's eradicate and ask questions later.
Hi, bud.
Jeez.
Genos was all about incinerating the enemy, reducing them to ash.
I mean, currently, yes.
What a great weapon, a grenade launcher.
Oh, okay, they're dead.
In this type of situation, it ticks a lot of boxes for you.
So I was watching the Unsubscribed podcast.
Which episode?
Or I was listening to it. The one with that historian guy on it. Not Nick, but the other historian guy. And they were talking about how the Chinese has this grenade launcher sniper rifle.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on that thing.
Is it ineffective? Yeah. Do I want one? Kinda. you combined an AoE with a precision rifle.
I feel the same way about that I feel about the High
That's just
Point
straight up
YC9.
artillery.
It's it's redacted is what it is.
Because, like,
I don't even know anything about guns, and I already know that just use a rifle at that point.
no, see, I feel the same way about that I feel about the High Point YC9. It's stupid, but I want it.
You know, it's somewhat very unconventional. Yeah, I wouldn't mind carrying into battle, especially in urban warfare. The AA-12.
I mean, like, yeah, it's cool, but like, just carry a Benelli M4. It's probably more reliable. Not probably, it is significantly more reliable.
How so?
I mean, I personally, in general, have a problem with magazines, like external magazine fed shotguns, opposed to tube fed. Because modern shells aren't made of strong stuff. They tend to bend quite easily. And so it's quite common for anything kept, those softer plastic rounds, kept in stick magazines under magazine pressure for a long time to start to bend and then cause, misfeeds, stuff like that. So I'll stick with my tube-fed shotguns. Thank you very much. Plus, the Benelli M4 is like the most venerable tested combat shotgun on the planet. Semi-automatic. Let me clarify that. Most venerable tested semi-automatic combat shotgun on the planet.
Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, I was reading the comments. David comes in with, first he says, well, Ian does love his 2x4s.
Is he calling me
Suppose so.
gay or a woodchuck? I can't tell.
The last move. How you kept just finding 2x4s.
Oh, yeah.
You
got
ultimately
it.
wound up giving them to me.
Got it, yeah. Copy. Yep.
Oh, look at that view. That's kind of cool.
And then he said, then he was talking about the Genos comment. The main character got a challenge to a tower battle. Genos pressed the skip all filler button by eliminating the building in one shot.
Yeah, it turns out everything important was in the basement anyways. Yeah. He was like, oh, the guy that invited us is in this building. Jonas, all right. He didn't just incinerate the building. He incinerated the mountain behind it. And then Saitama just happened to be like, oh, hey, there's a hatch right here. And instead of like finding the opening, twisting the handle, like he grabbed the corner and peeled the hatch open. Like a can of tuna. Just peeled it open. He was like, let's go inside. Yeah, One Punch Man, surprisingly well written.
I love
what
One
I
Punch.
assume to be a gag or a comedy show. Very well written by one. I think the story was very well written. Oh no!
Oh, no!
Oh no!
Oh, no!
No! Why'd you let go of the thingy?
I didn't!
Ian, why did you do this thing to me? No!
I didn't mean to!
Why'd you let go of the cable?
I didn't mean to.
So was the tree not good enough for you, or?
No, I was worried because
You're gonna try to drive up the stairs?
I mean I don't know, probably not be able to, but like it would be funny to try. No, I was afraid that the way the angle was coming up, that the rock would be a hindrance in my getting up the hill. But
Well, we're gonna find out.
yeah,
Hopefully, this thing's got some deep roots.
Have you ever seen One Punch Man, Taylor?
No, it's
I
what
would
haven't
imagine
watched.
it does.
You gotta watch One Punch Man. It is really good.
It is very good.
It's got like it's got like some real, like, good heart moments in it. Like that Momin Rider when he fought the sea monster.
How did that happen? That seemed a little bit dramatic for what? Oh! Oh, your brother's saving your life. Look at that.
His shoulder should be dislocated.
Yeah.
Something awful.
The amount of force he was stopping, dead right there.
Yeah. Anyways, One Punch Man. When the Momin Rider was fighting against that sea monster, that was a good moment. Especially with Saitama.
Afterwards.
Yes.
I like that the way Saitama was trying to deal with that, because people were making fun of Moment Rider. Like, why did all these people die if we just took this one hero? Seems like a total waste of time. We shouldn't believe in heroes. We should just use the top 1%er heroes, and everyone else can just go home, retire, do whatever, and no one has to die. And Saitama, instead of agreeing with him, because that's really what happened, he said, "Oh, thank goodness all these other people weakened him for me so I could take all the credit," and basically became the villain, the bad guy, so that they would believe in the other heroes again.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Now, Saitama himself isn't necessarily like a wise hero, and he doesn't really have the best type of things to say to others. But in that particular moment, that was awesome.
He's had a couple of them. Like the tournament.
He's got like a good one-liner to whatever that guy's name starts with an S, I think. At the end, when the guy's beating him up, and he's like, "I need someone's help," and he's like, "Don't always expect someone to show up when you need it." And then he kills the guy right there. Bang! Oh, okay. I was only just crying for my life earlier, but this guy actually came. And it was supposed to echo something because they were going to introduce, what is his name? Bang? Not Bang. Blast, who is S rank number 1. One of the first things we get introduced to for him as a character is that Tatsumaki, in a flashback, tells us, basically story tells us in a simultaneous flashback, that when he rescued her from like child research development thing for young psychers, Blast told that to her. Is don't always lean on the fact that someone's going to come get you. There will be times where you have to do it yourself. And when we finally got Blast, because I was actually kind of hyped for Blast, because we didn't see him for a long time. He was the number 1 S-ranked hero. We didn't see him. He didn't do a whole lot in the series. And then finally, when we started reaching some sort of climax with Garo and introducing to this god fellow, whoever he was, then we finally get to see him. And really, he was just like, oh, you're like a plot tool. You're not really someone with deep lore that we've been hearing about forever and never got to see. Because all he did was come in and like redirect the battle. Because he can make he can teleport things by warping space. Apparently black holes or something like that. He can make wormholes, stuff like that. But he can take things and teleport them elsewhere. And that turns out that's what his power was, amongst other things, I guess, other than being freakishly strong. And his battle with Garu, he threw a punch so strong that like Blast was like, I'm trying to redirect the energy, but it's too powerful. I need all my friends. And he like summons all of his friends for his like traveling band of misfits that we don't know about to help him redirect all of Saitama's power from his punch to Jupiter. And the punch was so powerful that he destroyed all of the gas from Jupiter and left it as a core. The core of Jupiter. Like all the gas, the gas giant that is Jupiter, gone. It's just the core now. All right, cool. That was the thing. And that's basically like what we get to see out of Blast. Like we don't really get to see Blast again until Saitama rewrites reality. Yeah, he does that. He punches Garo so hard it travels back in time and hits him before he transformed. That happened. Saitama threw a time-traveling punch. He wasn't losing to Garo, mind you. He was beating him up. Garo was reality warping. He was like, take this black hole. And Saitama kicked it. He's like, no, go away. He like, in the most cartoonish fashion you can think of, he kicked it away. This man beat God Garo with one hand. He was like, I can't fight you with the other one because I'm holding Genos' core. And it's the only thing I have left of him. Because what got Saitama to this point was Garo killed Genos in front of him. And he's like, all right, I'm going to beat you up. And I'm going to do it with this hand. And that whole fight, that's all I did was just that one hand just wham, wailing on him. And then finally he just punched him so hard that the power, the impact traveled back in time and knocked out Garo before he took the deal with God to transform. And it rewrote history. But the problem with that is that everyone was basically dead at this point. It was kind of like he saved everyone by rewriting history because Garo had like killed everyone with this gas that he was emitting. Because he was like, my nuclear fist will be good. And like he was radiating to everyone and they got radiation poisoning. And so he rewrote that timeline. Like everything goes white and it changes back to the new timeline. And Saitama just lives through it. He rewrote time with the punch and lived from the other timeline and just walked into the new one. Nobody else did. The only person that remembers what happened, because that's the running gag, is no one knows how powerful Saitama is. The only person that knows what happened in that moment is Genos, because he still had his core in his hand. So he goes back to the new timeline, installs a new core in Genos, and Genos is like, there's no way. You did what? Like, nobody knows that this happened. Garo doesn't know. All he knows is that he got defeated early on before he met God.
Oh, we're spoiling this for David, I just noticed.
Oh. David, run! Run, David!
So I look down and he goes, spoilers, and then he goes, I'm muting for a bit.
Sorry, David! Yeah, that was pretty heavy spoilers. Like, insanely heavy spoilers.
He's probably like me and not reading the manga. He's probably just watching the show, the anime.
It's one of the few shows where I've actually felt like I needed to watch the manga.
Read the manga.
Yeah.
He said the original concept was the author coming up with something stupid to test a new manga writing software, but got noticed by a larger company. There's actually two mangas, the OG that looks like Scribbles,
Yep.
and then the remastered release.
Yeah. The guy, there's a professional artist, so to speak, that does really insanely good drawings that asked him
He
if,
just unmuted. Good timing, David, because he just stopped talking about it.
So, yeah, the original comic is him and his scribbles. Has a different continuity than the professional artist's rendition of his work. And then the anime itself has yet a different continuity of even those two manga strips. So, yeah, there's a lot of different changes throughout each one. The guy that, the artist that's writing the story for the super good looking manga, the comic written by one himself, and then the anime, which is done by whatever studio can actually do it. Yeah, they're all different stories. They all they're relatively the same in a couple of different core aspects, but they do things differently. Like Suiryu, which is the guy that was winning the tournament before Saitama stepped in and just dominated everything. He wasn't put in until way later, I believe, in the actual comic. Like what one was writing, the Goofy comic, and the anime introduced him super early. So yeah, if you read the original comic, then you read the manga, and then you watch the anime, you actually get 3 different stories. Because they're all written differently. It's kind of neat. It's kind of that same way with Overlord. If you read the Overlord's not actually a manga, it's a light novel. But if you read the light novel and then watch the anime, totally different story.
I've never seen Overlord. I
It's
don't know anything. I don't know anything about it.
It's so good. It's one of those things. Is that your friend?
Oh yeah,
Dude, man.
dude, he looks so
That
similar to
is
these
so
guys.
not your friend. That is your brother.
Oh, it
It
is.
does not pay to be your brother, dude.
Oh, the jokes.
Does not pay. You've attempted to murder that guy like 3 times.
One anime I've wanted to try to watch was Fire Force. Have you ever seen that?
I've tried.
I think it's on Crunchyroll.
I can't. For some reason, I just can't get behind it.
Oh, hi.
I don't know what it is about it, but I just can't get behind Fire Force. I've tried. I've seriously tried.
Like I want to, but I can't watch it around my kids, which makes watching things very difficult at my place.
You're probably not going to watch Overlord around your kids either.
Good to know. Thanks for the warning.
Yep.
Like I have to pre-watch episodes of My Hero Academia.
That's coming to a close.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird to.
No spoilers.
Oh. I'm there. I'm that guy. I'm at the bleeding edge of a couple of different things. My Hero and One Punch, I'm there. At the bleeding edge.
Yeah, no spoilers. I am because we only watch it on Hulu, so we are like really far behind.
I'm surprised TikTok hasn't ruined a couple of things for you on My Hero.
I'm actually not on TikTok as much. Like, I'll get a notification of something, I'll watch that really quick, or I will look up lockpicking videos. But other than that, I'm not on TikTok.
There's a
much.
running joke in the community right now, and I'm afraid that by the time you finally get around to watching it, it's going to be so far behind you.
Probably.
Dang. He's trying to do
Did you
something
just
here
break
with
your
this.
knee?
With this.
Get up the towers too. Vacation sigils
Man,
Now what? Now we're screwed.
there was. What was I watching? There's something I ended up watching, and I was like, they abridged this? That's hilarious. And I don't remember what it was.
Yes, we do.
Shoot, what was it? It was so funny.
Going down? Okay, that's a match.
I couldn't believe they actually abridged something like it. I wonder if it was a game, but I'm not entirely sure. And I can't remember. That sucks. You're like, dude, that was so cool. What was that? Well, I don't know.
Like I'm trying to help piece it together with you. I have so little information.
I want to
about
say
all
maybe it was a game where they abridged the cutscenes and whatnot, but I'm not entirely sure if that was, and if it was, I don't remember what game
Do
it
you
was.
know which YouTube did it?
No, I have no idea. Shoot, even the ones that I think are good, I don't remember the names of. So I had a really kind of dark humor moment today at work. Because when we come up with our acronyms and whatnot, they just they are what they are. Like you got COB, no cracks, obstructions, or breaks. ABCs, abrasions, bulges, and cuts. And then a lot of times we like to say properly mounted and secured, so that ends up being PMS. My trainee today was like, yeah, I need to get some mints, whatnot. I have some problems with that, with PMS. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And so she was getting some mints from the lady behind her counter that was helping with dispatch. And when I signed out the bus to get ready for training, I was like, well, I'm ready to go. Are you ready to go? And she's like, no, I'm still dealing with PMS. And I said, properly mounted secured. Because if you've ever trained with me, you know that's what I reduce that to. Is you got your PMS always first thing. PMS, properly mounted secured. How do we know it's properly mounted secured? Tell me.
Not
Show
missing
me.
any nuts and bolts.
Oh, I'm touching it and it's not moving. There. Okay, that's good enough. But I did that. The person I was with, my trainee, was like, whatever. And then the lady behind the counter was like, whoa. All right, I can see that. Maybe not in good humor at this present time.
So-
Other people, that's new.
David says, first off, he's making fun of me. Who watches anime on Hulu? The only relevant anime is Inuyasha and Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood Way. Rude. Kenny, have you read the salmon chapter of One Punch Man?
The salmon chapter?
That's what he said, the salmon chapter of One Punch Man. And then he says, are you thinking of Smartphone Abridged?
I have not seen Smartphone Abridged.
Oh, that's a real show?
I know.
I thought he was yanking your chain for a second.
So it's an isekai. A guy goes into another world with a smartphone. I've seen it. It's actually surprisingly dark. Like, I kid you not. But I can see a dark show having a funny abridged. I don't know the names of the chapters from One Punch Man off the top of my head. So I could have, maybe, I'm not sure. And nothing's really coming to my mind about the name Salmon. Is this like a one-off? Because they have a lot of one-offs for One Punch Man.
I don't know.
A lot of different
then
series.
he said there's a Machina abridged of Final Fantasy VII. There's also a really old
Haven't seen
Ocarina of
that.
Time abridged.
I may have seen that.
So Machina
Because
Final Fantasy,
freaking that fairy Nami or whatever it's called, Nani or I don't remember what it's called, but that's
I'm not a big Zelda fan, I
freaking
can tell you.
hilarious. Because in the Ocarina of
Nami.
Time, it's trying to wake him up. Link, wake up, wake up! Get up! It like launches him out of the bed.
The Final Fantasy VII Machinima abridged is actually really good. Team 4-Star does that one.
I have not seen it, to be fair.
Yeah, and they're the ones that did Dragon Ball Z abridged, which still top tier.
Yeah, still some really good abridged series out there.
I tell people
Even
Yeah.
Overlord Abridged is hilarious.
that TFS does not stand for Team 4-Star. It stands for the frickin' standard of abridged series.
The freaking standard.
They set the bar, those guys. Wow.
Man, those stairs did not age well. As long as Ian is tracking what's going on, that's
he
all that matters.
said that the salmon is the self-unaliving one off. Has to do with people on sewer slides.
Sewer slides.
I didn't think of that one up. I heard it.
Sewer slides.
Yep.
I don't. I have nothing. I honestly don't. I'm not sure which one
What
that
he's
is.
referencing.
Yeah. The sewer slides one. I don't remember seeing a one-off where there was sewer slides involved. I remember seeing the one-off about Zombie Man and the Evolution Doctor, whatever his name was. I remember seeing the one-off where Child Emperor creates the mask that can read people's power levels, and it explodes when he looks at Saitama. But what's so funny about that one is that he's looking at King, but Saitama's in the background, so it tries to analyze him too, and it explodes. So he was like, King, holy cow! My favorite one, this one isn't a one-off, this is actually within the storyline, is when Atomic Samurai is going through like a midlife crisis and is like, I gotta find a new gimmick, I gotta figure out other things, I need to get help. I know, King's super successful, he's like the strongest guy on earth, I'll get some advice from him. So he goes to King and he's like, I can know everything about a man
Scorpion.
just by seeing how he cuts something, so take my sword and cut this apple. And King's like, yeah, and in his mind he's like, I could totally do that, no problem, because he's an absolute fraud when it comes to his actual power. But he can't unsheath the sword. Like, he sits there for a moment and then he puts it back down and he gets up and he walks away. And in his mind he's like, oh, he's gonna know I'm a fraud, he's gonna like, I've lost all my respect, I could probably never show my face in public ever again. And in Atomic Samurai's mind is like, he cut it so fast it doesn't even know it's been cut yet.
I've seen
I
that
am
one.
so underneath his level of power.
I've seen that one.
It's so awe-inspiring.
He hit him with the Lisa Agaliv.
So I found that hilarious. The King is by far one of my favorite characters in the entire show, just because he gets like that circumstantial luck factor constantly. All the time. That's just
All the time.
King. I do hear rumors that like he'll become like one of the most formidable fighters ever if he ever gets Child Emperor to make him like a Gundam that he can pilot through a controller, because they did this thing and they did it differently from the anime versus the manga versus the comic. But there was this tournament they did, but it required like VR gear, and it had you like fight someone virtually. Like, you would stand in the circle
Sorry, Ian.
and you would
Good.
throw punches and whatnot, and your character would mimic your moves on the screen. And it came down to Suiryu versus Garo, and I believe Garo won, but it was a tough fought match. And when Garo was finally defeating him, when Garo had finally defeated him, he was like, man, that was a tough fight, but I've got this. The next thing, they don't show they don't animate it, they don't show it, they don't do anything. They just show the aftermath of it. Garo fought King, and King was playing with a controller, and he beat the crap out of Garo. And so, at that point, we were told as an audience that King is actually like a champion video game player. And Garo fighting through like a VR set could not contend with King playing on a controller.
That's King's power.
And so a lot of the fan base is like, if Child Emperor could just make a controller operated Gundam suit or whatnot, like, King would be unstoppable.
David says it's probably my favorite chapter in all of manga. A guy's about to test gravity on a skyscraper next to Saitama. Saitama drops his salmon, and the shockwaves the guy off the building, and then saves him. The guy is so shocked that he instinctively thinks Saitama and then realizes he didn't actually want to be a new chalk outline.
I have to admit, I'm not sure if I've ever seen that one. Or at least I don't remember it. That's pretty goofy, though. That sounds like right up what One Punch Man is all about.
One Punch Man is a really good show.
Sometimes One Punch Man can get serious or deep and impactful about things. And then at the same time, it's like, but joke.
It has a really good balance.
It
to
does.
And there's not a lot of shows out there, anime or not, that actually can maintain that balance. I haven't seen a whole lot of it since, like, I want to say about the mid.
What was the last thing you've seen?
For
One Punch Man.
the second season.
All right. So there's a lot to be had still for you. There's still a ton, actually. Yeah, or there's still more character development for even like Tatsumaki, the terrible tornado.
Mm-hmm.
Still more for King. Still a very fun character. He still persists well on to where I am as a super fun character. That being said, thank you for joining us in another episode of Off the Rails Podcast. I've been your host, Kenny. As always, I'm joined by my friend.
Hey everyone, I'm Tony. I've had a lot of fun pushing the buttons and trying to stay up with the comments. Quite frankly, it was harder to do this time around because, well, the conversation was good.
Yar.
And I was joined by...
Hey guys, I'm Ian. I was the one doing all this, being lectured about how to shoot people the entire time. And as usual, I'm
Trigger
joined by...
Discipline.
Hey guys, I'm Taylor. I didn't really say much because the guys kind of took off on a tangent on things that I didn't know about, but it was fun.
Because she's supposed to be working on
Yeah.
cozies.
Why are you not driving to the next client's house right now?
'Cause
We
I'm-
don't make money unless you're working, Taylor.
I am not the breadwinner of this studio.
Unfortunately, yes. As the bottom of the totem pole, you need to do all the work while we benefit from your labor.
CFO, CEO,
Meh. Or we could call her Gopher.
Gopher.
Yeah, go for this, go for that.
That sounds about right. Cozy
What do you
maker.
mean?
Black yarn, yellow yarn. Cozy.
Hit it with the facts, Tony.
Hey everyone, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and always do all those things. You can find us on the Twitch, TikTok, the X, because it's not Twitter anymore, X, Rumble, all those things. You know,
Yeah.
the internet. I petered out. I don't know what I was going to say next.
We do have a TikTok if you haven't mentioned that.
I did. I did mention the TikTok.
We haven't uploaded anything to that in quite some time, but your freaking duet with that guy that did the mutton chops joke it's just on fire. I'm getting likes after like after like. It must be pushed, I guess.
I don't remember doing that.
But every day, I've just at least 2 likes a day I'm getting on that thing now. And I don't know why. It's blowing up
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
some reason.
I have no idea why that's even there. I don't ever remember watching our screen while that's been playing to do the TikTok. But apparently there's video evidence of this. So, it's a deep fake is what it is.
Sure.
It's AI generated.
Why would anyone waste time deepfaking your face?
And as always, it's
Your
Your move,
Internet.
Internet.